This Patreon exclusive episode of Deck Chair and Yums is brought to you by Patreon. No, fuck that. No. This exclusive episode.
It's Patreon exclusive.
Oh, I shouldn't have said brought to you, should I? This is Patreon. Every week, you think 2 years we've been doing this like that? No.
Yeah.
Anyway, as always, we're answering questions from our dear Patreon listeners. Thank you very much for writing in. Thanks for all your patronage. Thanks for the support. Thank you for picking us as your go-to podcast this afternoon.
Thank you. Or this morning.
Or this evening. Or whatever time of the day it is, whatever part of the world you're in.
So thank you to everybody, as always, for the questions. We'll go straight in. Why has Mickey parked his yacht down at the SSE? Giant fans will wreck her. Did you have your boat down there as well as your Audi?
Don't get that.
Was recently suspended from work. Had an extremely drunk customer come in a minute before we closed and ask for a plain hamburger with no bun, meat, but have extra pickles. As I was only one doing work, I put a full bag of pickles into a takeaway bag and gave it to him. Was told by management that I wasted resources and was suspended for a week. Have you done anything that got you in trouble and thought it was fucking worth it? I don't know, something. Oh, that's
a good question.
I've done a lot of things. I don't know whether it's been worth it or not.
I remember the time, which I've maybe told the story before, when my friend picked me up in our boss's car, and we did donuts in a car park, and then he went back to work with it.
Right.
We didn't get caught doing that. We also didn't get caught taking money from the till. I remember the time I got sacked from Clinton Cards because the place that I'd worked where I may have been joyriding the car and taking money from the till. I came back after Oxygen and they'd given someone else my job because they thought I quit. And I was like, oh, fair enough. And then they told Clintons that I got sacked, but they didn't tell me.
Right.
So I put them down as a reference on my application form. And then Clinton Cards were like, would you have lied in your application form? So we now have to sack you.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, no.
But walking out of call center jobs has always been worth it.
Oh, I can imagine
like
that.
just taking a headset off and going, fuck this.
Yeah.
Has always been.
I'd imagine if you were, I apart from working in a pub or things like that, if you were in a job that was low paid, I've always wanted to have that feeling of fuck you and just walk. You know, I'd love to, knowing it's your last day, I know that you've got another job lined up and you go moving.
Oh no,
on.
I've done it with nothing.
With nothing? No, that's even fucking ballsier, lad, yeah.
Or the time that when I was working in Nexon was my last day, and they gave me the walkie-talkie because they had a walkie-talkie for the security guard, and I was like, it's my last day. So I was doing staff announcements on the tannoy as Sean Connery as Michael Caine, like, staff announcement, we've got a boy having a tangerine size of an orange or whatever. Or like I'd turn the security guard's radio up real loud when he didn't know. And then when he was walking past the lingerie section, I was like, here, Martin, watch them gypsies, look at the knickers. Like, that was worth it.
I got sacked after my first day. I was an ice cream man for one day.
What?
I never tell you I've been an ice cream man?
No.
Oh. It was my dream job, Mick, I'm not going to lie. I had aspired.
Oh, no. I know that.
I had aspired to it for many a year. I just didn't think I was able to do it. But then, our good friend Cobby, that used to sign the dailies, Cobby got me a job in an ice cream van. And, the thing about being an ice cream man is, right, and this is... These are the struggles you have to face, right?
How old were you?
I was 18.
Okay.
So literally just a man, never mind an ice cream man.
Okay.
Right, okay. So I was a big unit then still, you know what I mean? And now, when I think of it now, I probably shouldn't have been smoking fags in the ice cream van, right? But those were the good old days. This is 1999, 2000 sort of. Anyway, so I got hired by a guy in Lochmacrory who... sent me out in the wagon.
Is it so funny to me?
No, it was a long old day, Mick. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
sure
the thing,
fucking van up on two wheels.
No, mine was three blind mice actually. You know, and there was nothing better than turning to the power of it. I understand how police feel with sirens. The power of
right enough,
right?
Yeah,
and
power
then,
corrupts. Remember that time the ice cream man knelt on George Floyd's neck? Right enough.
It does corrupt. You asked the pair of fuckers up around Sunningdale Park who had to run like fuck longer than they're supposed to. because I wouldn't stop. The power, Mick. The power. Anyway, so what I decided to do, the reason I got sacked, apart from the obvious one,
Sticking your dick in the back.
the reason I got sacked was I decided stupidly to leave my park where I lived
Right.
for last.
Okay.
Right. Now, I didn't think it through. Right. So I pulled into my park. They seen it was me, and all hell broke loose. And so I'm not going to say I gave it away.
Right, okay.
I'm just going to say that culturally I was under pressure. I had travellers coming at me who lived beside me. I had socially, economically deprived people.
And there you were, lording
In
lording
the power seat.
driving around with your hundreds and thousands.
In what we like, literally make the world was my oyster, right?
You had 99 problems.
But a flake wasn't one. And so we were also, can I say this? Let's just say there was more than ice cream sold.
Right.
Know what I mean?
Right.
You could get 20 things in there.
Slush puppies, tins of Coke,
Ah.
Iron Brew,
Uh-huh.
Wham bars.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Iron Brew bars.
Benson Hedges.
Benson-
and,
oh, aye.
you know, that sort of thing. So, now when I think about it, I might have been involved in something. Anyway, so I went down and I gave away, I felt sorry for, like, I always seen the travellers in the park begging the ice cream man for, you know, any broken combs. You know, any broken combs, any bubblies. And I...
Why is bubbly a lovely word in a
Bubblies.
traveller accent? Any bubblies?
Any bubblies, fat boy. And I give it, anyway, so I went back to Loch McCrory back to HQ and returned, and the guy said, how'd you get on? I says, grand. There's the takings. It was great. He says, how much of the stuff did you use? Now, I don't know if you ever made ice cream man.
I have actually. I've poured my own.
Yes, but have you ever made the actual
No,
stuff? Like,
no.
so it basically it's like a 1 litre or 2 litre milk fucking thing, and you pour it in, and then it will
Mix it up.
and then eventually it'll run out, whatever. So you're just constantly topping up most of the day, and you have to give it a good 10 minutes for it to all that sort of shit. So on an average day, a person who would do that route would go through 6 containers of the ice cream mix. I had 22 containers of ice cream going through with the takings to match 6. I had given away so much ice cream and so many things. They just went, and then I couldn't get paid. He goes, you fucking
No shit, you owed him money.
He goes, you owe me money. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, I was just trying to help out. I was like, I didn't know what way. How. He goes, 20.
Fuck me, Connor.
Well, that's why I'm not allowed to charge. That's why I'd never enter business. I just give it all away. But the pressure of
I'm annoyed about that, and I'm not even an ice cream man.
but the power, Mick, the power of.
I bet you were fucking liberal with the sauce too, weren't you?
Very liberal.
Aye.
Held her up.
The
And
whole
now,
cone covered.
if there was a mother coming out
Uh-huh.
with children, and she was a hot mother,
Uh-huh.
she got the sauce.
Oh, she'd get the sauce, all right. That one. Aye.
She got the sauce now.
Oh,
but
aye.
the ones that come out and say, stick
Bite the bun of the
stick
cone,
a
suck
pound
it
of
out.
ice cream in that bowl for me, they never get anything.
A pound of ice cream.
Into that bowl for me. Got a couple of them requests.
That's not a bad idea to go to ice cream on with a bowl. Fill it.
Fill it. That's what he wanted. So all the way
Like
in,
you're at a
and then
petrol
scoop
station.
into
Fill it
like,
up.
like it was a fucking trough. And
Oh, here. I hope the man comes over my street soon.
and you call them. We don't call them pokes. There was no.
Oh, we've covered this before. Your
Yeah.
ice poles.
Oh no, don't talk
So
about
what the
that.
fuck would you know about iced fucking beverages or desserts? Giving them away.
And fucking ice cream man knows. That's why I know it's an ice bowl. I didn't want to bring out the whole.
An
I
ice
didn't-
cream man.
I didn't want to bring out.
Once
the
an ice
fucking-
cream man,
Yeah.
always an ice cream man. Semper Fi, brothers. Fucking, you haven't seen the things I've seen.
Chapter-
Fucking children run after. Fucking,
Chapter 12, Section 3 of the Ice Cream Man Handbook. You will find.
you'll find you've rolled it up and smoked it.
Most of the parks I went into, I realised that "Mind That Child" was written on the back.
Aye,
It wasn't for the ice
remember
cream
that?
man. It was for watch them country going to put a claim
Oh,
in.
I always thought Mind That Child was just like remembering. Mind That Child. Jamie Bullshit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But now, Mick, the whole the whole thing's went very modern now. You've got you've choice of
I
sauce
get it off
now.
Amazon and all now. The ice cream arrives 4 days later, melted. Fuck's sake.
You have a
covered
choice.
in fucking bird flu.
A choice of sauce.
I used to be just red.
It's
wasn't it?
red. was one colour.
There was a blue one. The odd
No,
blue
fuck,
ones.
no. The Protestants had that. We didn't have that.
I don't know. If you got a screwball, you could get a wee fucking mixture of
No,
colours.
you couldn't mix it up. No.
I always remember loving screwballs and then getting the bubble gum, going, "This is the worst bit." Because why is the bubble gum warm?
Right, well, nothing worse than breaking your teeth on a fucking a frozen
a
bubbly.
gobstopper.
A frozen bubbly.
Frozen bubbly. I had a frozen bubbly one time when I went for a piss outside in Minsk. Minsk a cold place?
I think so, yeah. Sounds cold. So yes, if you any ice cream related
Speaking of
queries.
Minsk, I'm having bowling, isn't it?
Ooh,
What am I doing?
I don't know.
It's too warm. I miss my car.
So yes, anyway, even though I got sacked, it was fucking worth it because I was a lord around.
You were the
that
Robin
place.
Hood of,
Yeah.
of ice creams?
Yeah.
Fucking great, man.
Yum's Isis was formed that day. All right, lads, did you see the state of the cunt's arm who shoulder charged Chappelle? Do you reckon that's the start of it, or will the footage put off future arseholes from being dicks? Have you honed your kung fu skills yet for such an event, or will you just let your buys knock their bollocks in out the back?
I did say
There is two ways of dealing with things, isn't there?
I seen my good friend Kevin Hart talking about it. And Kevin Hart was like, "That's now put an end to it," because that guy had the fuck kicked out of him so badly.
Yeah.
That now anybody who's like, "Fuck, I was going to do that."
Yeah, it
isn't
looked like a failed GCSE art piece. That him
Thing
he was
is-
finished. You know, the arms are all fucking.
It looked fucking aye.
But he had a knife in that hand or something.
Somebody, I thought he had a knife and a gun, and then somebody told me that it was a knife that looked like a gun.
I don't know which one it was.
Like a gun
So,
knife.
but it did show you that there's two ways of doing it. You could do it the Chris Rock way, which is get attacked and then let the person sit down and shout at you and continue on your show.
Yeah.
Or the Chappelle way, which is take him out the back and knock clean fucking him. And I'm going to go Chappelle all the way.
The Jim Jeffries way, which is recorded, put on the internet, get famous.
Or that one. Yeah, you could do that one. But I think Chappelle doesn't need to get famous. So
Yeah,
no.
I think because did Chappelle even fall to the ground? He did event, but he looked like he kind of fucking jiu-jitsu a wee bit.
I said it like a fucking like a bull fucking.
Thing about it is, what got me with the Chappelle one was like
What do you call them? What do you call them cunts?
Matador.
Bullfight Matador. Fuck.
None matter to me. The length that guy had to run to actually get the Chappelle. You wonder how he wasn't taken out before he got that far.
Yeah,
It was quite a long stage.
Who the security was? Yeah, they shouldn't have.
I think fair play to him for getting his fuck kicked in. That's what happens.
Absolutely, it's going to be the case. I mean, especially if you go to anybody, like if you were to come to any of our shows,
Yeah.
you're going to have a gang of ones hanging about.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if anything would have any fucking good to you, like, but
Comedians we know couldn't really hurt you, like.
not really.
Do you
No.
mean? Unless you're on a Paddy McDonald, he phoned somebody. What's the matter, Paddy? Sorry, phone.
Me, Kieran, and Dave could sit on you, like, but I mean, there's not really much damage,
yeah.
you know. But
Hurt your feelings, maybe. Yeah, no, I think that fucking whole situation is just it.
But can I say I did call it?
Yeah, you had
First
said
time
it for a while ago.
that sets a fucking precedent for once Rock got it, everybody's going to fucking get it. That'll be the next
I
one.
think there's a thing of people need to remember that whenever you're telling jokes, it's just for entertainment purposes, and taking it
Yeah.
as literally as it is, and getting as angry as that is. You're like, what? Why?
Well, there
Do
are.
you know what I mean? It's
well,
like trying to punch one of the Simpsons.
Yeah, but you genuinely want to say to that person, you need to get, not want to use the word help, make it something, but you need to have a talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, why are you getting so angry at this and what does it
100%.
actually do? You know,
Yeah.
to
Unless
make
you are
want,
one of-
well, to make you want to run with a knife, you need to have.
Yeah.
So, and that,
Do you
obviously,
think he was like, no, I was triggered. I was one of 3 men called Paddy who walked into a bar, and I felt it to be very distasteful what he said about us. Do you know what I mean?
that's always,
I did once leave a line there, and I found it triggering that I was.
It's so surreal. Yeah, I mean, we've always been the brunt of jokes for somewhat long. I don't know. Maybe we're just used to them. That's
I'm just thinking of other people that can get triggered by jokes. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, listen, I found it offensive. I happen to be a talking sausage. I found it very offensive. Do you know what the problem is? I don't know the difference between a pound of mince and a hand job. What's the difference between a pound of mince and a hand job? Don't know. Wouldn't send you for a pound of mince. I one time delivered blinds to a blind nun. No, remember that one? You remember that joke? There's like
I'd probably have. Yeah.
there's a nun in the nunnery. She's going to have a bath one day, but there's no lock on the bathroom door. And she's like, oh, so one of the other nuns is like, listen, the blind man's coming today. And she was like, all right, okay, well, I'm going to have a bath. He's in the bath, and she hears like the blind man comes in. And he's like, hello, is anybody there? And she's like, oh, he's blind, sure, fucking, not to worry about it. And she's like, I'm up the stairs, I'm in the bathroom. And he's like, where are you? She's like, follow the sound of my voice. And he comes up the stairs and he goes, nice tits, love, where do you want these blinds? No?
Yeah, that'll do it. I know it. Anyway.
New priest starts in a parish. Right.
Mick, have they invented a cure for psoriasis? Oh, sorry. Right, this is a scenario for you. Mick, they have invented a cure for psoriasis, but to get it, you have to become a Belfast Giants fan, like a die-hard fan, attend away games, join in on their chants, the full whack. Do you do it?
Yeah, I'm absolutely up for that.
I was like, absolutely.
Listen, all I said was some of them were fat. I wasn't saying they weren't nice people.
Yeah, and didn't say it wasn't an enjoyable fucking night that he had.
Speaking of people who can't take jokes
Or don't understand
or
them.
don't understand them.
Right, hello lads, new patron, and love the work you do. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, welcome aboard.
Question from Mick.
What the fuck?
Wrong button.
That wasn't the question. Question from Mick. How many speeding tickets have you got in the new TT? We talked
I've
about
only
this.
had it a day, so none yet, but it's
Yet
going to happen.
is the operative word.
Yeah,
really.
it's going to happen.
Next up, not a question. Just wanted to say that I got to see Mickey's work in progress show on Edinburgh on Monday. The place was left in pieces. Loved it. Cheers.
Mushy, mushy.
Good time.
Man, it's coming together well.
Nice.
To be
Nice.
this early on, I'll say this now. If you haven't got a ticket for the waterfront, you should get it because it's going to be a fucking banger.
Excellent. Mickey, you're-
I'm not normally that confident, but I'm pretty fucking confident this time.
that means it's going to be a banger.
If I have an hour written by May and I still have 6 months, let me tell you something, you fucking lucky fucks.
It will be. It's going to be good, isn't it?
It could be shite, you never know.
No, it's going to be
Damn,
fun.
I hope
If you're that prepared, that's like I said.
I'm always that prepared.
No, you're not. Like I said.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. It's the only thing I work hard at, is writing jokes.
You don't have the show full hour ready in 6 months before you're going to do the show. No, you don't.
It was 52 minutes the other night.
Aye.
So 8 minutes straight between now and December.
Aye, but normally you don't. What I'm saying is, normal years. No, you haven't. I've seen you.
I'll just
fucking-
have one in the background, no one knows about it.
Oh, aye.
I keep two on the boil, you see. I do it like cassette tapes of an A side and B side. And then come the end of the year, mash up a greatest hits.
Two C90s.
Yeah, and I just get rid of it, give it to some other comedian from Belfast. And I write new stuff. Next question. That's how you do it. That's how you get good. That's how you get yourself into an Audi.
Stop it.
Second hand.
Moving along. Mickey, your TT is gay as fuck, but your science will let you away with it.
Suck my dick, you fucking gay boy. It's not gay. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
Apart pictures of it now.
It's James has seen it as gay. Not that there's anything wrong with having a gay car, and
Yeah, I was
you
just
shouldn't
gonna say,
assign
first of all,
sexuality
yeah, I was gonna say.
to inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Which is why I won't call you gay, because you're nothing to me.
Okay. Next up, we have a great comedy scene here in the north. But is there anything you would change that, in your opinion, would make it even better? Love the podcast.
Yeah, more money,
Would it make it
better weather, different country,
Different country. Yeah, maybe. More venues.
more people to go to the venues. The venues aren't the problem. It's just a small country.
Fuck. I mean, venues in Belfast are selling out. Like most of them are selling out in advance.
Aye, but do you want to be going further afield?
Aye, more venues.
Do you know what I mean? The likes of, yeah. But you also want more people in those fields that are further on that'll go to the shows.
Okay.
No, you were right. I was wrong. Sorry, it's too warm. It's roasting.
It's roasting. Okay, I thought you'd be referring to it as the Bartmobile. What flavour of air freshener did you get for her?
I haven't even put an air freshener in it yet, man. But it'll be something expensive. Sauvage. I'll probably get a diffuser just in the
Sauvage.
for the wee sticks. The wee ones you get for your bathroom. Somebody's on a sheet.
A wee read one.
Oh,
wee air. Do
no.
you know what I would recommend to you now? Just when if you go and get the Auto Gleam. Do you ever see that brand of stuff?
Right? Yeah.
Auto and then it's GLYM whatever. There's a odor neutralizer one.
So it,
Unreal. Not an air freshener.
Aye, just
odor
a neutralizer.
neutralizer for
Good shout,
anybody that
good
might have
shout.
a wee sneaky smoke in the car.
there'll be nobody smoking in that car.
I don't want to drive it now. Fuck you. Stick it.
Sorry, I'll not be. There'll be nothing. The only thing about letting that car will be me.
Not lighting the fag in her.
Not stop.
You love the wee smoke when you're driving too.
So what it is? It's
So are
because
we going to have pit stops now from here to Galway?
yeah.
You're going to do pit stops. I remember doing that when I got a new car too. I did that for the first month and fuck.
To be honest with you, I think even like the I'm dead on not smoking if I'm driving. Like I'm okay not needing a fag. So if I'm tired, maybe I might end up being on the way back being like, oh fuck, okay, I'll smoke.
All right, okay.
But
no.
what my fear is, because it's quite a long door, I'm always afraid of throwing cigarettes at them blowing back in. And I've looked at the angles and I'm like, this is prime
For doing it.
for me.
It is one, yeah.
Or in the back
It's a
seat.
smoker's fear, like.
Yeah.
It's been about for me.
Plus,
for
it goes
20+
that
years.
fucking fast. If you go to put your, like, if you go to flick it out, it'll go
Gone. Hand away with it.
away. Fucking
All your skin goes.
Oh, it's just, I don't know, like fucking Thanos clapped his fingers.
Right, next up, and I enjoyed finally getting to see Uncle Mick in the stand in Glasgow on Saturday night. I saw him on the street after the show, but he looked like a man on a mission, so I didn't want to disturb him. Lads, if you could only eat one animal for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Kebab.
Do you see many kebab around the Serengeti?
Not anymore, man. They're endangered.
Right.
Endangered of getting ate by me.
I gotta go with pig. No, I love beef. I love a steak.
I'd have to go beef.
But it's the variety in the
Pig's a
pig.
dirty animal.
Oh, yeah. But you're eating it.
I'm just doing Pulp Fiction. I quite
Oh,
enjoy
right,
pig.
fine. Yeah, there's just the bacon, the ribs, the chops. There's too many variations. And, ham.
Sausages.
Sausage. There's a lot in there. Beef, it's all right.
Pigs and blankets.
All the stuff. And then you get into
I love chicken too, though. Man, with chicken, man.
dry.
Oh, but you can do plenty with it.
No.
Nah,
If I had
for
to
me-
eat for
me
the
it's
rest of
beef.
life, it's got to be.
And if it was after the Glasgow stand, I was on my way to get a kebab and chips.
That's why he was on the mission. That's what the mission was. Right.
I forgot to eat before 4 o'clock, so I didn't have any tea.
Oh, fuck.
So then I was like, I'm going to go fucking.
Right. Awful sequels to movies. For me, Predator 2 with Danny Glover.
Take that back.
Is pure shit.
Take it back right now.
It is pretty dumb.
It's fucking not.
It's a wee bit
It's just, it's, listen,
It's misunderstood, is it?
Predator 2 is a good movie. It's just Predator 1 is a fucking epic movie. Now, I think Predator 2 personally wasn't
as a
bad.
standalone would have
As a
been okay.
standalone,
Right, okay.
it was a good movie. I think it was alright. I think it was Predator 2 to me would have been great had they planned in a Predator 3 with Arnie. Do you know what I mean? It would have been a lovely wee kind of like, and here's a wee side story. Bomey's back. So it's not shite. But continue with your question, sorry.
Maybe. Any other films you can think of that are sequels?
Bad
that are
sequels. Fast and Furious 2 is really bad. I'm not saying something.
awful? Too Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Jaws 2.
yeah,
Jaws
terrible.
3. Jaws the Revenge. Like
The
Jaws,
ma-
Jaws the Revenge is the best out of the Jaws sequels, and it's the worst film of all time.
Yeah. I think these Superman sequels, maybe. I don't know.
As in Christopher Reeves. Well,
Yeah.
obviously they got a bit shit because the whole fucking.
I'm sure he was on the chair to laugh.
Superman, help!
Oh no, Superman 3 had Richard Pryor. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Stairs were his real kryptonite, were they? Well, and horses. And eventually bed sores.
No. Can't do it.
Superman, help! I can't even help myself. Trying to rip his shirt off.
Stop it. Terminator 3 was pretty shit.
Terminator 3 was really bad. It was really, really bad.
But it's part
In
of
fact,
it's part of a trilogy where the sequel's better than the original.
Yes, but it's not part of a trilogy anymore because they made
No, I know that, yeah.
Salvation, Dark Fate.
And same as fucking-
And those Terminator movies are fucking terrible.
Terrible. I tried to watch, what's the most recent one, Dark Fate?
Yeah, shit.
Oh my god.
Absolute dog shit. Starts off pretty well. You kind of go, oh, look, like
Yeah.
the sight of wee John Connor lying
Well, actually,
blown away.
The other day, Terminator 3 was on, and I watched the start of it, and you forget how much comedy they added into it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? I
Yeah.
forgot totally, but remember he puts on the weird glasses.
Yeah.
The funky,
Talk to the hand.
all that shit.
shit. Yeah.
Fucking hell, who let that happen?
Yeah, I don't
There's
know
too
why. I
much
don't
coke
know why
passed
the
about
fuck
for
they
that.
do stuff like that, where they're like they take something like Terminator, or I'm trying to think of other versions or other sort of situations where they've gone right. Like even Star Wars. They try to throw in loads of jokes to Star Wars.
Yeah,
and you
so
go,
that's-
these movies work because of this formula. Mm-hmm. It's why people have flocked to see them. It's why they've made billions.
Yeah.
Why do you think you can go a few more jokes and we'll get the last couple of stragglers?
It's no.
It's infuriating.
It's so annoying, and it's just really it.
I just scratched my foot, by the way. It looks like
I remember watching Terminator 3 when it came out, and I don't remember being as annoyed as I was the other day when I seen it. Going, what? What were you thinking of fucking? How did you think of lightening the tone of a Terminator movie?
Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Oh yeah, no,
Fucking my face.
yeah, gone.
Fucking my face.
Anything else? I mean, there's that's a good question actually, because the usual question is which sequels are better than the original. But I mean, a terrible sequel. I mean, there's so many.
Rocky 5. Godfather 3.
Godfather. Well, yeah, Godfather 3.
Godfather 3 is not a
bad movie. It just doesn't
compared
compare to the rest. Yeah. I know what I seen last night, which I didn't know existed. I didn't watch it, but I seen about fucking 2 minutes of it and went, "What is this? American Psycho 2?
With a girl in it.
Mila Kunis?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It is so surreal. I mean, Mila Kunis is very fat in it.
Is she?
That's weird.
Like fat?
Like, well, she's not. She's just pudgy, and you're like, oh, so weird compared to what
I
you're
kind
now.
of like we Pudgy Mila Kunis, which was in that 70s show. She's only 12. Like, she lied about her age in that movie, in that show, you know. She's only 15, she's in it.
That's right.
I found it out right at the final stroke. Oh, not illegal now. I says to myself, you dodged the bullet there, Mick. I was close.
Right in a stroke of time, just.
Exactly.
Is that what it was?
Every time at the time, I had a picture, I don't feel that bad about it. I had a wank over picture of Anne Frank one time. But it was Anne Frank now, so it's legal. That's just a wee game of what's the worst thing I can think of saying. That was it.
And you won.
Die Hard 4, we disagree on this. I don't think it's that bad a movie. Again, compared to the first three.
Yeah, it doesn't stand up, but I don't know. I'll have to watch it again. I know it was a Kevin Smith linked in with it, sort of thing.
Alien Resurrection, dog shit.
No.
Alien 3, alright. Be honest,
it
watch
was
it back.
okay, actually.
Watch
Yeah,
back,
it's not bad, actually. Any other sequels? I can't think. Like, I know the Toy Story ones were great.
Toy Story were great. Toy Story's one of the only one where, like, when it got to 4, you're like, this is astounding.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Okay, that's. I think we've.
I could talk about that all day.
I know there's loads of things on my head there, but I know we'll end up being.
I did hear a rumor years ago that there was meant to be a Face-Off sequel. They were somehow going to try and do that,
right?
And apparently Travolta and Cage were up for it, and then whatever happened didn't happen. But I'm like, please. Starship Troopers, terrible sequels. RoboCop as well, awful sequels.
Oh, I did think of RoboCop 2 actually there, because that was that mad narc drug, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was real
Have you ever seen
weird.
RoboCop 3 where he fights a fucking ninja robot?
No.
It's PG, nobody gets killed. Like, they get killed, but there's no like violent explosion death.
No, and even I watched the reboot or the remake. Terrible.
Dog shit.
Terrible.
They're part of the rebooting again as well.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, Jesus.
Well, fucking Jesus, so nothing original anymore.
Yeah, there's. I mean, it's. I seen Total Recall. I watched. It was on
I
the other
fall
day.
asleep
the
during that
remake.
reboot every time it's come on.
Terrible, and I like Colin Farrell, but it's fucking terrible. Right, another question, but the Gladiator sequel. That was the one that was never made. That should have been made.
Where he comes back from the dead.
Is it being made? Nick Cave script? Is it? No. So Nick Cave wrote a script for a Gladiator sequel,
Right.
And like, Nick, if anybody listens to Nick Cave, you'll know the crack. He's fucking absolute genius. So when he's writing a sequel to Gladiator, you're like, what the fuck? But apparently he wrote it like years ago.
Yeah.
And
that movie's
it's
just
just
20 odd, 23.
Yeah, so it's just been lying about, or sort of as a undeveloped, or so who's doing it? Gladiator 2 script is finished, confirms Ridley Scott. Oh, Ridley Scott's going to do it again? I wonder if it's
The last thing, 20.
about the young lad. Oh, okay, right. No,
Oh, it was
this.
officially greenlit in 2018. Ridley Scott has confirmed the script for the film is written, but it's not the Nick Cave one.
It's not the. Oh.
No, because Nick Cave's one was Russell Crowe goes back from the dead.
It goes back to the death thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a weird. Yeah, there you are. Okay, so that's not happening, but it is, and it's happening, and soon. Okay, happy days.
And thank God Ridley Scott's in charge because he's done nothing wrong. Here, I know, take it back. The Last Duel was one of the best ones I've ever seen. Have you seen it? Adam Driver, sexy Adam Driver.
No,
Phenomenal.
no, I haven't seen that. When was that?
It came out, I think, towards the end of last year, and it was Ridley Scott got into a wee bit of trouble because he slagged off Hollywood for making too many sort of big epics.
Oh, okay.
So no one's seen it because it came out against fucking Endgame or something like that.
All right, okay.
There was also supposed to be a Forrest Gump sequel, and
way.
it didn't happen because of 9/11 because there was no way they could go through everything that had happened and not have Forrest Gump have something to do with 9/11. They weren't ready to do it. I like botany. I met these men in the airport. They had box cutters. Seem very nice.
Right, stop. Nah.
Jenny, I was on a flight out of New York with a man called Bin Laden. He was a very nice man. Give him some Dr. Peppers.
Told him to drink up as much as he could.
They told me that there was a cure for something called AIDS, and thankfully I don't have that. Yes, you do, Forrest.
Fuck
So does the little one. That's what she died of AIDS.
The little one.
Forrest Jr.
Killed wee Forrest with AIDS.
That's the fucking the talk on the internet is that Jenny died of the AIDS.
Aye.
And then Forrest got the AIDS off her.
Right, and how did the club get it?
Fucking AIDS.
Oh, so he's a...
No, the mommy had the AIDS and the baby was in the belly. And then the AIDS swam into the belly and the baby was all sucking its thumb and then sucked the AIDS off its own thumb.
I didn't know that.
And then the way on its AIDS.
Fucking every day's a school day, boys. I didn't know. That's how it operates.
I haven't really thought. I nearly said something really, really dark.
You hadn't said non-dark yet?
Now that I've said I nearly said something really dark, I actually can't say it because it's gonna. I should have just. If I just said it, we could have laughed about it. But now that I've prefaced it, but I can't do it. Just because Forrest Jr.'s white doesn't mean he can't get in.
What the fuck?
Don't even want to do a podcast anyway. I don't care anymore.
I'm only joking. Like, you're the one being racist. When you think about it, I'm actually the good guy.
Oh, fuck. Holy sweet fuck. Right. Moving swiftly along. Not a question, but past Mickey in the TT yesterday. Looked well, mate. Aviators on and the lot. The only thing missing was the Wendy's down in Danger Zone or Black Betty blasting out. Keep her between the hedges, sir, and health to enjoy.
Thanks very much. What does health to enjoy mean? People have said that quite a bit.
That you would have the health to enjoy it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the best. So, in other words, you'll...
So it's rather than
In other
going,
words-
I hope you have the health to enjoy it. It's just health to enjoy it.
It's basically it's a roundabout way of saying I hope you don't crash and die.
Oh, okay. Right. Good luck would do.
Good luck would do, but
Right,
it's
or
a
don't
car
crash,
thing.
just-
It's a car thing.
It's a car thing.
Only
It's a
have
car
a car
thing.
thing.
It's a car
Yay.
thing.
The fuck.
Oh, here he comes. It's fucking Michael Schumacher. Oh, it's a car thing.
You don't say it for anything else.
Yes, that's true. Health to ride. What? I mean, good luck on your wedding day.
Right, next up, Botswana.
Botswana to you too.
Botswana. That's what it looks like, is a Botswana. Is there a sign-up sheet for sitting on Connor's knee at the live podcast on the 17th of June? And where do we send our offerings to you? Bubbly, etc. Last week, y'all were talking about attractiveness of Shane versus Mickey's fans. Has Mickey ever thanked Connor for bringing up his quotient up in this regard? Also, recently, NI has been lucky to persuade a chapter of the Handsome Gentlemen's Club to open up in Belfast. We would like you, Connor, to be our chairman. International members include Pitt, Clooney, Bardem, etc. So,
The handsome Gentlemen's Club. That's a thing.
well, I think it's...
It sounds like a strip club women go to.
Yes.
Okay, ladies, welcome to the stage. The first handsome gentleman of the evening, Connor Keys.
Check out those titties.
You got the vinegar lids for you, ladies. £5 for a selfie, £10 for the fingers. Take your glasses to the bar.
I don't know. I take it that's a roundabout way of insinuating that.
You're right. Don't let anybody tell you different. I'd probably
Right.
believe you.
If you were to be lifted from reality and dropped into a horror film, which film would it be, and who is most likely to be the bimbo running up the stairs or falling over thin air to escape the murderer? I think we both would be quite running up the stairs kind of people. I know. I hope that I'd have the gumption to go. It'll take longer to go up them stairs. It will be to get through that window, and I'll just run for the window. But your nunchucks would be upstairs.
No, when they're always there. Imagine I just had them there. Fuck, I wish I had.
would have been fucking.
I think I'd like to be transported into Psycho. So then when I turn, I'll be all, Norman, get it off you. Get it off you. That's enough now. I know she's in your head. I'm not even gonna kill a fly. I fucking know what you're doing.
I probably want to go into Scream just because there's a load of hot fucking high school girls.
I think after watching the remake of It, I think I would go into that and then just be all like, just bully the evil clowns. That's how they kill them. Spoiler alert.
yeah.
I don't believe in you. Oh no.
Other horror films, I'm not really a big fan of horror films. The Saw films, I would love to have been involved in them, just to be the guy that plays the game.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go to the Saw. I'd maybe go to The Exorcist and
Be the priest.
no, when she turned her head round, I'd be all, now, hear me out.
Did you have pea soup?
Do you think we could try a 69? Or if she if she turned her head round, right, you could have a new sex move. Because she could lean forward, right? You could lick her bum hole, but her head's facing upwards, and you could call it the periscope.
I don't know if anybody else.
And you go, I me too.
I don't know if anybody else listening to this is currently have the same visual that I have, but fuck me.
Matt's right.
Town periscope.
Oh, periscope! I'm showing you. Do you know what I mean? Lick it. Fucking lick it.
I'm not even looking at that wee crit there the same way again. Oh, you just abused him there.
That'd be one. What other one would it be in?
Would you be
in one where the bad guy could be reasoned with? Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to be an alien where you're like, oh, it's fucking nothing to do with this.
Yeah, the Scream thing I was talking about, obviously, apart from wanting to be with high school girls, that sounded bad. I like that one because it's a whodunit. There's a mystery there. So I'd like to be the one sitting going, oh, where were you at that time?
I'd be in like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, just to see Jennifer Love Hewitt running.
Yeah.
Some said a memory glance in that woman.
Did you have you ever seen Urban Myth?
Legend? No.
Urban Legend.
Is she in that as well?
No, she's not, but somebody else, I can't remember the name of the girl, but it's same idea, same horror sort of thing.
Do you know what I'd do?
Know What You Did
I'd
Last
be in
Summer.
Scream, right? And after Drew Barrymore gets killed, I'd just eat the popcorn. Fuck a wild handle.
Is that strawberry sauce? I don't know. It's a good question. The horror film. Would you be a runner? Would you run away?
Yeah.
I think I.
No, I think I'd be.
I don't think I would run away from a person with a knife, but I'd run. No, sorry, I wouldn't run away from a monster, but I'd run away from a person.
I think I'd be a freeze and get killed, to be completely honest with you.
Would you?
I would just and then die. Like
Because the fight or flight thing, we learned this with Ruby. There is a third, which is
Shite.
freeze.
oh,
Fight, flight, freeze. So you'd be a freezer.
I'd be a shiter. I'd shit myself.
Frozen shit.
Yeah, flight, shite.
Right. If right, lads, you've been asked to book your perfect gig, but how about booking the worst gig? Where would it be? What mix of comedians would you have, and what type or mood would the crowd be in? By the way, Mixology is a cracker.
That's actually a really good question, and the answer would be Ballymena and anybody.
That's not fair.
No, I think worst.
Terrible thing.
Based on experience.
On experience, it would be the type of comedians would be a couple of open micers who'd never done it before.
Yeah.
A street poetry person who thinks that it's funny poetry, so they would want to do it. 2
menopausal women performing sketches.
Yes.
About the menopause.
A guy who is very political but not funny.
A guy who wears a leather jacket indoors.
Who wants to make political speeches.
Yeah. Someone who goes, man, I just love Carlin. And I would put that all in front of the people I gigged for in Bahrain that time.
Yeah.
British expats.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, that would do it, yeah. With no spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What's your best book stories, lads? Keep her lit. No.
The time I was going for a poo, farted as I was taking my jeans down. Farted so bad I threw up in the sink and then shipped it like shit in the toilet.
I think we have a winner.
The liquid spit roast. It was a rough day.
Winner, chicken.
Do not mix Guinness with kebabs whenever you clearly have some sort of intolerance to those foods. It only took me 15 years to find out, but
Excellent.
I'm still thinking with this worst gig. I think that would be a like. Did I ever tell you about the times someone
You'd
asked
want
me?
half the audience on coke.
No, you would not. Oh, for the worst one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For the worst one, yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah, half on coke, the other half on like
On Jägermeister from half one the day.
And it's one big hen party. Yeah. Did I ever tell you about the time I got asked to do a gig on the Flybe flight from Belfast to Birmingham?
No.
So shortly after we had done, you'll remember, of course, folks, Find Me the Funny.
TV's own.
TV's Mickey Barter's Find Me the Funny. So for the short version of this, it was just it was supposed to be a stand-up documentary turned into a reality TV show. No one told us. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have done it. But well, I would have. I was doing stand-up a year. But anyway, I ended up sort
You
of
were lovely, and you were so cute.
I was adorable. I
He
still
was
had
so
all my
cute.
hair and only the
did
two
have
tits.
hair, no?
Yeah,
I know.
only the two titties. But the company who made that show then started sort of half representing some of the comedians from it, and they offered me the opportunity to do a gig because Flybe had started a flight from Birmingham to Belfast to Birmingham, and they wanted to do something special to commemorate it. Just, right. So the plan would be I would do stand up on the plane
Right.
from Belfast to Birmingham, right? About an hour and a half flight. Doing the stand up through the fucking phone at the tannoy to do the when it was over. There was to be no money, but I'd get to spend the day in Birmingham.
Well,
And somebody fucking
when there.
somebody said it to me with a straight face. They actually said at one point, what we could do is maybe you could even, like the people who are on the flight, you know, we could do a thing where you go around Birmingham with them being funny. And I'm like, what the fuck do you think? Have you ever been to Birmingham?
Sounds
There's
like-
fuck all funny about it. Apart from
Sounds
the
like
voice.
you were being pimped out.
Oh man, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that.
I'd rather went to Epstein's Island. Now, there's a bad place for a gig.
That would be a rough spot. Aye.
Very hard to tell jokes on a submarine. Hillary.
Where? How did that go down?
The submarine. Usually
Just
they put it in the second.
Right.
And then
And
it
they
goes,
turned the periscope as you're bucking it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Ooh. How did the stand-up go down on the plane?
Oh, I didn't do it. Are you mental?
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
It was probably the only time in my entire career that I've went, listen, I want to say this now to you now, go fuck yourself.
All right, I was thinking because you've never turned down gigs before.
Nah, I've never turned down money. There's a difference.
Big distinction
I
there.
have often and will continue to gig for free because sometimes I like doing stand up. But on a flight where it's just people going to work.
And who don't want to
And you're
listen
like,
to
hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to flight EZYB59 to Birmingham. On the way here, we'll be travelling at a height of about 37,000 feet, and we'll be travelling at the speed of the Crackers 90. If you look to your left and your right, you'll see a couple of people who want to open the emergency exit and try and kill themselves. And there's a man at the front here who's ready to hijack the entire plane just so we can fly into a fucking mountain. If you look under your seat, you'll find a book bag.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mickey Bartlett.
What would you say? Like, anybody afraid of flying? Huh? Let's take on. Hello, Akbar. No, I don't.
What about the... Sorry, I just didn't mean to... That just reminded me there. What about the poor bastards in Turkey yesterday trying to take off in the plane? Did you see this? So, yesterday, a plane tried to take off from Turkey and then a whole heap of passengers started getting photographs sent to their phone of plane crashes. Like airdropped to their phone. So the fucking obviously then the panic ensued throughout the entire plane. They were taxiing on the runway,
Aye.
going out. Next thing their phones all went, and it was photographs of plane crashes and really destroyed wreckages. Like, and then everybody freaked out in the plane. They had to fucking stop the flight and bring it back to the terminal. And it turned out there was 11 Israelis were taken off and arrested for what seemed to be some sort of cyber attack. How fucking
hell.
mental is that?
Two things. One, your phone's already meant to be off.
Yeah, so why is it not in airplane mode?
So, if that plane
It's-
did crash, it would have been your fault for not
No,
turning your phone
I
off.
tell you what would scare me
Plane
more
would have
is
been in the air, you hear
how did
sound
you
of death.
how were they able to send to all? Now the thing is, it did say that it was sent to loads of people, and some accepted and some didn't. Mm-hmm. But they must have been able to find a way of.
Well, AirDrop was just the nearest phone, isn't it?
Aye, but that's what I'm saying. So they must have, because the whole plane got it. So they must have or positioned themselves all the way through so that everybody was getting it. It's fucking mental.
Aye.
It's the effort and
Worst
time put into that. I was like, what
prank
the fuck?
ever.
Yeah, yeah. So they.
Apart from the time Madeline McCann played hide and seek.
Well, no, that stop it now.
You tell me that wasn't bad? I mean, she won, clearly. I hope there hasn't been anything in the news about Madeline McCann. I haven't seen it. Has there been anything developments?
Doesn't matter, she didn't exist. Right, moving on. Living over the water, I don't get many home comforts. Every so often, my sister will send a parcel of soda tatty and wheaten bread, potato, cheese and onion, and Nambari tea bags to stop me missing home too much. Opened the box yesterday only to see a bar of potato, cheese and onion chocolate staring back at me. I'm debating whether to eat it or not. Have either of you tried it? And a question, what foods from home do you miss the most in your travels? P.S. It's nigh on impossible to find a decent pasty anywhere but home. What's a pasty?
Nothing. What's a pasty? We're joking. A pasty is
Like
the
a Cornish pasty?
No, a pasty is the leader of a Free Presbyterian Church. He's a pastor Monday to Friday.
Would
But
you-
come 5 o'clock, he's pasty. It's just deep fried stuffing.
What?
Like the Northern Irish version of a pasty is deep fried stuffing.
So there is a Cornish pasty.
there's a
got
Cornish
meat
pasty,
and
which is a pastry with like it's
meat and stuff in it.
yeah. So the Cornish pasty, the idea behind that was that when men went to work, they would need something they could eat all day.
Yeah.
It's like a burrito.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing.
Yeah, with flaky pastry.
Yeah.
But what the fuck's what's a pasty from here?
It's stuffing, deep fried stuffing.
What do you mean deep fried stuffing? Is it
You
inside?
take a fucking disc of stuffing and you deep fry it.
It's a large to medium sized battered deep fried round of minced meat and vegetables common to Northern Ireland. What are you talking about stuffing?
You know what I mean?
Minced meat and vegetables is stuffing.
Same difference. Like, if you found your turkey
don't
with stuff with mince, you'd be all fucking class. 2 meats. Have you ever had one of them? They're fucking amazing.
So,
They're
I've had Cornish pasties and I've had the Jamaican. You know, they ever see the neon yellow sort of.
yeah. Next time you're in Chippy, get one of them. Pasty and a curry chip.
Well, we don't. That's what I'm saying. They don't have
They're
them.
bound to have pasties in Oma.
They don't have them in Tyrone. I've never heard of a chippy that had a pasty.
They're bound to have.
Okay, somebody let us know. Maybe there's a chippy around the area. I never heard of them. There you
They're
are.
class.
Okay. Cheese and onion chocolate.
Can't go near it.
Don't
Can't even look
understand
at
it.
it.
Sounds like somebody had just left over a load of ingredients. and
Weirdly,
went,
it
"Fuck let's put them together."
probably tastes all right, but the idea of it
idea
sickens
was
me.
rotten, yeah.
Do you know what I do messing away? And it's very, very strange. I always want to have just one bit of bread and butter and a pint of milk. And I don't eat those two things. But for some reason, if I'm
Reminds you
in
of
Australia or Scotland, where you can just never find a decent bread. There's never good bread.
Yeah.
It's all
America's the same.
Warburtons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the Hovers? The 50-50s?
Where's
the Ormo?
You've never lived away from, like, have you lived like a number of years away from here? No.
No.
I remember being in London and like there was a list of things that you just could not get. Club
Aye.
Orange.
Yeah, Club Orange.
And you wouldn't believe how much you fantasize about something that you didn't really take before you left.
Aye.
I would have had Club Orange the odd time, but because I couldn't get it and somebody reminded me about it one day, I sat and I searched fucking London and eventually found a pub that had it. But things like that, real
Aye,
strange,
silly things.
small
Yeah.
things that you're going
The hug of your mother.
well, no,
Do you mean the smell of your father's coat after a hard day in the field?
Nah, it just smells of tenants.
Aye. The state of your sister's knickers after you've chased her up and down the garden. Huh? The breast of a grandmother. Things like that. That's why I'm messing them away.
There was boys that
I mean,
lived.
the salty sensation of a grandfather's spunk. Home.
There was a boy living
You don't
with
get
us
that when you're
who-
anywhere else, you know. It
Vegetable-
just doesn't taste the same.
Vegetable roll was his
Vegetable
go-to
rolls,
thing
yeah,
that he
that's what I
missed.
used to call my granda. Cock it on like a black pond. He was diabetic, that's why though.
So you don't miss much from home?
No, I kind of a lone wolf. I kind of like being away. Do you know what I mean? There's not an awful lot of things that I piss the beds.
Honestly,
You never
what
get
do you
them in
think?
Australia.
What do you think you would miss if you were away for a year? What would be the thing if you couldn't get anything from here? What do you think
Probably
would be?
miss the All Ireland final. Unless the pub has Satanta.
What would you miss? What would be a thing if you couldn't
I-
get, like, if you couldn't live without for a year?
Decent sausage and bacon.
Sausage and bacon, right?
Like,
okay.
no, I dare say in different countries you can go to like a butcher's and get
Yeah, yeah,
actual
probably get
goods,
artisanal,
like,
yeah.
some sort of delicatessen or something, whatever. But I often find that if you get stuff from the supermarket, you're like, this bacon sucks.
Yeah.
This is all shit.
It's all water.
Yeah.
yeah. You ever get that when you fry the bacon? It's half the size.
I will
maybe.
say this: in Australia, chicken and steak and things like that are mostly organic.
Right. Okay.
So you feel a wee bit ripped off that they're not as big, but then the taste sublime and they go off quicker.
I was up in Hollywood the other
Hollywood.
day with the other Bartlett, and walking past an artisanal cheesemonger. I was like, you know, there's money about this fucking place.
Aye.
An artisanal cheesemonger.
You're not supposed to call them mongers anymore.
But I went past. I was like, that's fucking, you know. And then that made me stop and look around and go, fuck, this is a really nice
Aye.
place.
Do you know one thing-
There was books outside a store and nobody was stealing them.
Aye.
I was like, what the fuck? Is
One thing that I'm missing quite a bit in trying to deal with my sort of skin issues and trying to look after my dad is cheese. Like I want to like bite a cheese,
Just eat it.
just fucking bite it. Like
Ate it like a dairy milk.
yeah. Like I had one bit of halloumi last night in Nando's and it was like, oh my god.
I had a wee bit of Wednesday deal with apricots. You ever try?
Fuck I love their spicy cheddar. It's just Mexican cheddar. And it doesn't even you don't cut it; it just falls off because it's so fucking full of gook.
If you get a chance, next time you get a
Goop.
You did say that. I didn't know whether we can move on. I also didn't want to bring you back to it in case it actually, you know. So, apart from the goop,
Yep.
the My wife did this thing at the weekend with a cheese board and stuck it right up her. No, there was
Just couldn't remember two tits on.
cheese all melting.
Got the squirty one too.
Are they sultanas? No, the
Slices. Do you know what that means?
the
Why is there holes in them?
she had a cheese board thing and then a bowl with Philadelphia, right, and then sweet chili sauce poured over it. And oh my fucking god, I was like, I just want a bowl of that with crackers.
Do you
All
know
day.
the wee thing that I make in the house, it's just a bacon sandwich or bacon on a bagel with Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. Oh, cheese and bacon. Oh, unreal.
I love cheese.
I've never had it with sweet chili before.
Oh, aye, it's great. I've done it with sriracha as well. Like, so you put a wee bit of spice
Nice.
stuff in it, mix
Yes.
it up. Fucking great.
Spicy bacon. Spicy bacon.
Spicy
would you?
anything, man.
See, I don't know if I've never thought about it.
It's great. See, well, if you're a hangover, I always find the spice gives you a wee bit like, oh, aye, here we go.
Oh, to boost you out of it.
Yeah.
Fucking never thought about it. Sunday should have done a bit of spice. Right, that Bloomfield advert Mickey mentioned last week was fucking hilarious. Was there any 90s NI made TV that was not cringeworthy? Van Morrison / Cats in the Cradle, Try Not to Be a Terrorist adverts were especially cringeworthy looking back. Well, we talked about the Ballymena, the shopping centre and all that crack, but
Yeah.
there was always been weird. I don't see very many. I don't watch TV that often now, but I don't see very many like NI based ads. You know, you'll see
Yeah.
there's the
ones.
There's the big furniture place in the Moy, apparently. See that
aye,
ad
on the Valentine's on
on the
it,
Valentine's
aye.
on it. I don't know where they get the money from.
They've green screened the fucking sofas
Aye,
and all in.
yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
she looks a wee bit too big. Like,
Yeah,
Jeff, all about it.
and it's the Moy. And like,
Aye.
why are you affording the money to pay for
Yeah,
fucking
the
TV?
Moy's got some good spots, boys.
Does
The Moy's got some fucking good eateries.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a place up in the Moy, Mike.
Don't be done with food, I'm starting.
And it's a Michelin star.
Fuck me.
Yeah, fucking it. And
Was
the
it a quick fit?
food looks fucking unreal.
Oh.
And I thought maybe me and you could go up
Take a wee down from in the Audi.
in the ID.
Oh.
And it's called Chapter 5.
All right. We'll go.
So if you know anybody that runs a Chapter 5 restaurant in the Moy, let us know because we want bigger portions.
Yes.
I know
And
Michelin star means slimming word
And
level.
free food. Also free food.
Yeah, Mickey's an ID and he can pay for it. Any other bad
Could be right.
90s ads? I can't remember much.
I don't remember ads. I always remember
The DOE ones
I
you
would
say,
love
like,
to
are
watch
always-
School Around the Corner again to see how bad that must have been.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal, yeah. Lesser Spotted Ulster would also maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd want to watch that again.
It's a weird thing. I think there's certain things that still making like local shows where you end up going, fuck you, it's the same people making that since the 90s. They only know how to make one type of thing. Like, and this is a weird thing. There's a series of documentaries called, was it Murder in the Badlands? You watch any of that?
No.
Did we talk about it? But Arlene Arkinson.
Yes, Arlene, yeah.
And there's 4 different stories of 4 women who were abducted.
Oh, I know about it
and
because
probably-
Arlene was from close to here, yeah.
Aye. But they have one of the girls from Derry Girls sort of narrating that intro,
Right, okay.
and that makes you cringe a wee bit.
Was it?
I find it very. You kind of like, this is already bad. You don't need to make this worse by having a
okay.
dramatic reading over the top of it.
Yeah. That's.
You know what I mean?
It just adds an extra level of cringe to it. Like you
Yeah,
don't want to-
just a level of cringe. It's not great. They're all fucking terrible, but
Yeah, it's
terrible stories,
but
yeah.
the actual show, like, yeah. But that's the sort of spotlight thing, isn't it? That new
Yeah.
thing where they zoom in close to the person.
do you remember there was that thing? There was a show Stephen Nolan had that was a mixture of like Spotlight,
That's right. Yes.
Question Time, and The Weakest Link, but with students. So it was like get your own back.
Round table or something. It's
Something
called
like
the
that,
round
yeah.
table or something. Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, it was so bad. So yes, the Northern Ireland advertisements. If anybody else can think of any other ones, send it on. Fred, there's no bread.
Fred, there's no bread.
Was it just came to me
belter.
there now? It was a
Yeah.
belter now. It was about, and I don't know how many times throughout our primary school / secondary school, Fred, there's no bread.
Yeah.
was around. And then there was a rumor because isn't that the mum from Give Me a Headpiece?
Yep, Olivia Nash.
Right. So then there was a rumor in our school that there was a new teacher in, and she was the daughter of Fred There's No Bread, but they didn't have the same surname, and I have no internet to find that out, so I don't know. But yeah, Fred There's No Bread. It was it Spar?
Was it Spar?
I think it was Spar ad.
Yeah. It
Fred
must have
There's
been.
No Bread.
Yeah.
It was-
And then, because Fred There's No Bread became such a saying, you would say it out of context.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
And then
John Paul Crackers, Fred There's No Bread.
same as the 2 pints of heart and a pack of dates.
Yeah.
That was a fucking clinker. There was another
Hair
harp
Lawrence.
ad. There was a wee fat boy with a white shirt, glasses, and it was like, we puffed up, boy, and he was running up going, ah, and he said something. It was like, I was like, oh fuck, you'll go well.
Bet you got paid about a year's worth of your salary though.
I bet you didn't. No, you didn't.
What's you get a year?
Not telling you.
Well, I'll tell you though.
You didn't get that on the way.
I got a year's of my own.
Your own salary, that's different than my salary.
My last job, like definitely got a year's minimum wage out of it. I mean, it was spread over 2 years, but still. And it was only half what I said. And I actually didn't get any money. They just give me a load of harp.
A lot of
Don't even drink it. I got a key ring out of it. It broke. Anyway, onwards and upwards.
Upwards and upwards. Sorry for your loss, Mickey, last week, but your stories were hilarious. Was there any family fallout from you sharing with us? Her memory will live on with us all.
No, but some family members have heard it.
Right.
And they've thought it was very funny.
Okay.
And now my uncle hasn't, I don't think.
Well, this next one is the same. So just listen to the podcast, and Mickey was talking about his auntie who recently passed away. First of all, my condolences to Mick and his family. But on the flip side, I've never laughed so much as the stories he told surrounding the wake and her life. That will stick with me and probably most other listeners of the podcast. So your auntie's memory will live on in hundreds of people who didn't know her, mate, and that's class in my opinion. Keep up the good work, lads.
Thousands, bro.
Thousands, actually, yes. Not all patrons, like, but thousands. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's like that was kind of a wee thing where because I sort of hemmed and hawed about whether or not I was going to tell that story, and then I was like, I can't not because it was too funny. Plus, my auntie would be like, "Fucking tell them."
Aye. That's my go-to as well. I would think of, what would the auntie think?
Yeah.
Right, okay, lads, if you're having more special guests, can I request that you get both your dads? Even better, let them take over the show in the week of Father's Day. What's the worst that can happen? Nash, man, let me tell you, and I can't speak for Mickey's dad, right?
My dad can't speak for himself either.
I cannot. Frank will not be allowed to ever talk to people.
I think the best idea would be to leave our dads in the pub, do a podcast for half an hour, go back, see them two in the pub, come back and do the second half an hour.
Yes.
But it's just me and you, but we'll just see what our dads got
What they're at to. Yes.
Because that'll be some fucking session, them two drinking together.
I don't know. I tried.
Frank would bury my dad in this.
Frank will bury him.
Yeah, absolutely. But my dad tried.
But don't forget, Frank would have been started. Like, your dad will last longer than Frank. Do you know what I mean in that sense? Because Frank would have been started at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Aye. Depends. Oh, yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. Frank will get up at 6, drink a couple of tins, and then go to bed.
See, my dad
and then
can
get up again.
My
and
dad
then start
can
again,
drink.
and then go to bed.
My dad can drink like fuck if he's in the right mood. But when he's out in the pub drinking pints, he will be like, ask me, I'm going to go home. But then he'll go home and keep drinking. Maybe he's just tight.
I'd love to have a dad like that. Doesn't happen.
You can borrow mine, man.
I'll take it.
It's okay.
We watched Frank scull 6 pints in 45 minutes. Now,
Wow.
for a man, because Mommy was coming soon, she was. None he fears more than Mommy. Oh, hurry up, Mommy's coming. Hurry up. Oh, fucking, I mean.
Class. I'm down for a pint now.
No, that would be a good idea. I mean, because Frank, this is the worst thing about it. Frank thinks he is fucking.
Frank loves it.
Hilarious.
He loves it.
He thinks he is the funniest cunt out there, and he's not. So,
I have a lot of time for him.
right, how the fuck did that happen? Now all our questions are all over the place, so I don't know if I've asked everybody. Why did that happen there? Okay, that's it, I think. Thank you very much for all your questions. Yeah, thank you. We had fucking over 20 there. That's it all.
Happy days. Well, listen, thanks for listening. Thanks for your patrons, all that sort of stuff. We're going to go now and get a wee cup of tea and have a fag.
We fake.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Chat to you later. All the best. Best luck. Bye.
What's up, motherfuckers?